Hey guys, it's ANicWin, also known as Amy, and happy Wednesday. I hope you're having a lovely day. I am using a new microphone. I don't know if you can tell or care. I don't know if the audio quality is any better for you guys. Hopefully it is. But I was using the blue snowball, the ice snowball blue Yeti. I don't know, there's a lot of words that go around with that. Um, with that microphone. It's the little one that's shaped like a little ball, like a little snowball, which is probably why it's named that. And it was fine. It was a great mic. It's a good starter mic. It's decently priced, but I speak a little bit softer and I think my voice is a little bit higher pitched than it was expecting, and it doesn't really pick up my voice when I speak in my normal tone, which is this, whatever this is. I don't speak particularly loudly. I find it kind of uncomfortable, like physically uncomfortable to raise my voice. It's just not something that happens often, which is funny because my laugh is extremely loud. But my speaking voice is not. So I was in the market. I'm like, okay, need a new mic. What are we gonna get? And I almost just upgraded from the Snowball to the, I think it's the Yeti is the model that's next. Um, it's a little bit of a price jump. It is an investment, but it was worth it in my opinion. And I started to kind of look at reviews. I won't say I did research because not really, kind of, but I was looking at reviews and I, it wasn't really clear if it was going to solve the issues that I was having. So I started looking around at other mics and I found the one that is plugged in right now, and it's a little bit cheaper than the Blue Yeti, although right now it's on sale, so they're the same price. But it from the reviews, it looked like it was going to serve me better than the Blue Yeti, because a lot of the people that were leaving reviews were saying that it was perfect for their softer tone of voice, which that's what I needed. So that's what I went with. And if you're curious, this is the NT USB Mini Studio Quality USB microphone from Rode. Rode is the brand, which I believe is an Australian brand. It was about $100. Not that you needed to know that, but if you're interested in getting a mic, that's how much it was. Like I said, it is a USB mic, so you just plug it and go. I think there's an attachment that you can make it work with your phone. I don't know. Technically, it's a podcast microphone. I don't plan to do a podcast. I can't even listen to podcasts. So I don't think I would ever make one. But I figured that was the closest thing that met all of my needs. And so far, I'm really, really thrilled with it. So now that we've had that little tangent, let's talk about the build. This is a 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom home. I am titling the save, the footage save is Fall Family Home. I have no idea if that's the title of the video yet. You'll know before I know, as those things usually happen. And I'm thinking that this is a couple who has been together for quite a while. I don't think they're high school sweethearts. I think maybe they met probably in their early 20s, like out in the work field. Maybe they were coworkers. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they cross paths in a professional setting, or maybe they just met from training or something. I don't know. It could be really anything. But so they've been together for a while, they've been married, and they were trying to have children, and it just wasn't happening. It wasn't working at the pace that they thought would happen. So eventually, they kind of stopped trying. They thought, right, we're gonna take a step back. If it happens for us, it happens for us. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. And they purchased this home as their forever home. I think they had kind of accepted that it likely wasn't going to happen. And so they moved here to Brindleton Bay. They bought a dog. They bought a dog. They adopted a dog. That's what I meant to say. And they bought this house. And it's turned into 2 bedrooms. But when they bought it, it was a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom with an attic space that has since been turned into a 2nd bedroom. So, and the reason they need the 2nd bedroom, I'm like all out of sorts with this voiceover today, but the reason they needed the 2nd bedroom is once they moved here and they were here for a couple of years, I don't think this was something that was immediate. They found out that they were expecting and it was going to be triplets, which, whew, woo, that would be tough. That would be some tough news, I think, after no children to suddenly family of 5 like that. that'd be hard. That would take some adjustment. But at this point, the triplets are child age Sims, so they've had them for a while and they just haven't moved because they really love this house and they love the memories they've created. I've blabbed on through the entirety of the exterior. It is a little brick, technically bungalow space. The bungalow doesn't have a second floor. It's not supposed to. But this one does. It almost could be a craftsman style house if I tried really hard. But the exterior, some of the or not the decoration, but the architectural assets kind of make it not a craftsman. And there's no built-ins or anything like that. But the basic shape, with a few minor adjustments, it could be considered a craftsman. I did place a little swing set here because they do have kids. And I'm sorry, I did smack my teeth, my lips against my teeth there. I apologize. But I do give them the swing set. I don't place a ton of activities in the backyard. I say that, but like I totally do. But it's not... this is more so for looks, and it's more for them to have space to run around and less for them to have things to do, if that makes sense. So you saw the swing set. I do place a few planter boxes, actually quite a few. I think I place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5. And then there's a stack of decorative ones. There might be more. I'm not looking at it, so my math is probably wrong. I place an easel. I'm thinking that one of the parents is a little bit creative, but I don't think it's a career. I think it's just a hobby. I give them the chess table, and you're going to see me pull all of this stuff out, so I don't really know why I'm talking about it now, but here we are. So I give them the chess table, the easel. I give them 2 pumpkin carving stations and a little picnic area. And I just need you all to know, because the last time I included a pumpkin carving station and I said it out loud, my body wants desperately to pronounce it as pumpkin carving. I want to drop the G so badly. I don't, it's just, I think it's just a Kentuckian thing. I don't know. But it's so hard for me to not say it that way that I have to consciously not say it. And it sounds so foreign to me. It's so strange in my mouth to actually pronounce the word as carving. So strange. I don't know. Little fun fact for you. I am placing these little stone pavers. I don't do them in the entire yard, but I do a fair amount of them, just so you know, but we'll come back to those in a moment. This is a little picnic area. I do give them the actual picnic basket. I place down a rug from laundry day, and then I just throw down some like utensils, a ball for the dog, some toys for the kiddos. I do use the blocks for toddlers, but I'm not imagining any of them are toddlers. And then I give them a basket of blankets and pillows because I wanted it to be cozy. If you're outside having a picnic in the middle of fall, you probably need at least a blanket, a little light blanket, you know? You want to stay a little bit warm. And then I do give them a fire pit as well. I'm thinking this family spends not a ton of time outside, but quite a bit, a fair amount. And it's just like a family bonding thing. I don't know. They each have an assigned chair, so clearly it's a routine. And I like that idea, so I ran with it. And the flower arranging table, I forgot I gave them that, unless I said it out loud. I can't recall now. But we're finishing up the landscaping in the back. I initially wasn't going to wrap the entire house in bushes and decided it had to happen, so I'm doing it. And I use I can never remember the names of those plants. Yeah, I don't have it. It's not my head. But I use those from Cats and Dogs and the taller grass looking plant. Wild grass, I think is what it's called. I'm terrible with names, if that's not clear. But I use those. It's pretty much the same plants that I use for landscaping typically. I like them because they're bright and vivid and green, but it's not a ton of color. I've said it before, I'll say it again, I don't really like super colorful landscaping. I don't know why, it's just not my thing. I like it when other people use it. I don't really like to use it myself, unless I'm like in a particular mood, you know? It's just one of those things. And then we're jumping over here to the side yard. I kind of started this and then abandoned it because I wasn't really sure where I was going with the rest of the yard, and it's really just for decoration. It's for looks. I don't place anything on this side other than the bike that's usable, and the bike I think they actually technically drag into their inventory. I don't think they keep it in the yard. I can't really remember. It's been so long since I played with the bikes as an actual form of transportation and not as just decoration. so that's on me. But we're finishing up those stone pavers. Like I said, I wanted it to be fairly natural looking. I don't really know if I succeeded, but I do place some terrain paint and stuff down underneath them as well. I didn't want them to just sort of stick out. And then we go ahead and place some, I can't think of what that's called, vines, I guess, the wall vines. Probably using the wrong word, but I'm placing those on the building where windows are spaced a little bit awkwardly. I wanted to cover that up a bit, plus I just think it looks good. I like greenery being on the side of homes. I think it's really, really pretty. Then we jump onto the porch, and this is the last bit of the exterior before we move on into the interior. And I decided to go full pre-Halloween, like we've got pumpkins, guys. And I'm placing them, or I'm trying to place them on the half wall, and I eventually succeed, but you'll notice here in just a second, it was clipping. I was having this clipping issue. At first I thought it was this wall, and that's why I removed it. And then I noticed it was clipping at a height that was probably about 1.5 inches away from the base of the wall, or the top of the wall, not the base. And there's nothing there, so I don't know what it was clipping to. I just know it was really strange. So I fixed it eventually, but it was kind of difficult, I'm not gonna lie to you. But I'm imagining that these pumpkins, because I placed 5, are pumpkins that the mom, dad, and the girls have all carved together. And I don't know whose is whose, it doesn't really matter, but I just like the idea that they all engaged in that activity and that they all displayed them once they were done, because that's so cute. I love fall stuff, it's so cute. And I am adding a little bit of seating out here. I'm not imagining they sit on the front porch a ton, but maybe. Who knows? Not me. I'm not really one to sit on my front porch and watch my neighbors, but I know that is a favorite pastime of some people. I also know that you can probably hear that dog barking in the background. My neighbor's dog has escaped and is like running for her little puppy life. She escapes quite frequently, so please try to ignore that. Then we jump here into the living room, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I struggled with this space a little bit. I actually had to come back to it. I decorated the entire room and was like, no. And I deleted it all and I just started redoing it. And I think what was getting me is I was having trouble finding rugs that were going to fit in this space. I really needed something square, but the stairs were sticking out in a weird way. It just wasn't working for me. So I stripped it back, like I said, and I just started in a corner. And that's just, when I get stuck, that's my go-to move. I pick a corner and I work my way out, because once you have a section done, you kind of have a guide for the rest of your build. I don't know, it works for me. That may not make sense or may not work for some of you, but when I don't know what I'm doing with a design, that's my go-to move. And I do have the hiccups. Are we surprised? Not in the least. But yeah, so I started with the living room. Like I said, I decorated it for fall. And then we move over here into this little corner. Initially, I was going to put a desk here, but then I remembered or recalled that it would block the archway. So I decided to make it a little play corner. It looks like a little cast off corner, which is really kind of how their family got jump started. So I thought it made sense. It fit the theme. And then I did this sweet little dining area that I just love. It's a table from movie hangout stuff, I think. And then the chairs are from cottage living, and I was surprised by how well they work together. I just place a few fall leaves on top. I throw in a few decorations around it, and that's pretty much it for the dining space. It's not even a dining room. And then I do throw in a little desk. I forget either a TV or a computer almost every single time, and I kind of hate that I do that. So I made sure to put both. And I don't think either parent works in some super high tech career. I think one's definitely a teacher, maybe the other one is in business or something like that, but they share one. They don't really need it for their work, at least not at home. So that was kind of my thought process there. And then we jump into the kitchen, and this is going to absolutely fly by because the kitchen is one of the few rooms where I knew exactly what I was going to do before I even started decorating, and I probably should have started here. And I did not. I started from the front and moved my way back. But as you can see, I used the Jungle Adventure countertops. I used base game appliances. That dishwasher might actually be Spa Day, or not Spa Day, Dine Out. I can't really recall. Everything else should be base game. Or, just the appliances. Should be base game. And I went with a sort of muted creamy color scheme with that dark brown being the accent. And I just placed a bunch of different items. Now I did not check, or sorry, play test group cooking. I don't know if it works. Both of the island countertops are accessible technically, but I do have a piece that's clipped into one of them, so it may block it. I didn't test it for routing issues, so that's my fault. I apologize for that in advance if it doesn't work. And then we just sort of move over here to this section of wall. Like I said, they do have a pet, so I made sure to give them a food bowl, some decorations, some treats and things like that. I said decorations, but I meant toys and treats. I also gave them the little Roomba looking thing that has a pancake on it because it cracks me up. When it's like out and away, I think the base is bacon and eggs. I don't know, that's one of those things that sparks joy for me. And then we jump here into the bathroom. I almost said kitchen again, but it's the bathroom. I do go with a 4-piece, so they're gonna have a sink, a shower, a standing shower, a tub, and a toilet. And I wanted this space to really look like it was definitely more of an adult bathroom before it became a kid's bathroom, so I didn't want to put a ton of kids items out, but I do place this toy duck inside the tub, which is one of my favorite things to do. I know I do it a lot. And I placed that little sponge on top of the lip of the tub as I stumble through that. And I really like the way this space came out. It turned out. It's really, really simple. And I enjoyed it. I've enjoyed this house. Once I got past the living room, it was all smooth sailing. Then we jump here into the master bedroom. Now you'll notice tone-wise, this room is very different from the rest of the home. And I did that intentionally, but my thought process with it was I wanted this to be a really soothing, serene escape from the rest of the home. I didn't want it to be just an extension of the home, and I don't know if that makes sense. But I wanted it, when you entered through that door, I wanted it to feel like you were somewhere else. But I also wanted it to still kind of match with the home. So I use the same wood tone, sort of. That's not really fair to say because the wood tones are all over the place. But I use that lighter tone. But instead of going with the warmer tones like I had been with the browns and the oranges, I decided to go with this sort of minty green color and a lot of cooler toned whites. And I really love the way this space turned out. I think one of the parents is into wellness. Maybe both of them are. Maybe like 30 minutes a day or 45 minutes a day, they each take a me break. And they just come in here and they get their Zen on and they just check out for a while. And they're not part of the family. They're just part of themselves. I like that idea. I am all about the family unit, but I'm also about the individual. And I think that's really important to take care of yourself. So I like that. And then we head upstairs to the girls' room. Like I said, they are triplets, so I do squeeze 3 beds in here. I use Dream Home Decorator in here as well. I've been on a Dream Home Decorator kick. Who knows? Maybe the next build will be a little bit modern and modular. We'll see. I'm not making any promises. But with that, as you can see, I do give them bunk beds and a single bed. I also use the little bedside tables, and I think that's it for the furniture in here as far as Dream Home Decorator goes. Because as I recall, I think I give them the bookshelf from Toddler Stuff and a cats and dogs dresser. I do. So the rest of it is just sort of like a mashup of everything. I'm thinking they share the space, and there are 3 very different kids, but they share well, and they've sort of just mixed everything up into chaos, which I adore. But on that note, I'm going to leave you guys here. Please feel free to let me know what you think. You can leave a comment or a like down below. You can also subscribe if that's something that would spark joy for you. I will be posting the screenshots on Instagram if you want to hop over there and check those out. I will see you on Saturday with my next video. And in the meantime, I hope you have a lovely day and a lovely rest of your week. Bye, guys.
Open up the window, I'm breathing in the last of September. I can feel the wind blow, and the late summer sky is like a giant ember. Everything is turning into gold. since I was a little child. Every year for as long